Well, just hours ago, leaders in Rockdale County officially lifted a shelter-in-place order for those closest to the BioLab facility in Conyers. And county officials say the main chemical has now been neutralized and removed from that site, and they're turning over operations to BioLab's corporate management and leadership.
This is a big update for people who have been under that shelter-in-place order for more than 2 weeks now. 11 Live's Molly Oak joining us live. Molly, what does it look like out there today?
Hey guys, that shelter-in-place order being lifted, well, that's the big news coming out of that news conference that ended just a couple of hours ago. Now, I want to step aside because we did notice a fire spark up about an hour and a half ago. There is a fire truck on scene now, and we have not seen the smoke or that fire since then. It only lasted for a couple of minutes from our viewpoint. However, officials saying that that plume is no longer visible. We do see some slight smoke happening over there as well, but the county did say that that is one reason why it made the decision to lift the shelter-in-place order, along with 72 hours of air monitoring showing no significant spikes.
This is the third incident in 20 years, and enough is enough.
Rockdale County Chairman Oz Nesbitt with some strong words for BioLab, which declined the invite to show up at today's news conference.
Quite frankly, I think is a slap in the face. I feel like the citizens and business owners who have been held hostage for the last 19 days deserve to hear directly from the leadership and the corporate management of BioLab.
Nesbitt says now that public safety is taken care of, it's time to have some serious conversations with BioLab.
Our community has been held hostage for a number of days, a number of weeks. We're ready to get back to some sense of normalcy.
But getting back to business is easier said than done, because when Larry Cox heard the shelter-in-place was lifted,
I thought to myself, well, there's no reason for blockades in the...
He tried to do just that, get back to his business. But he says the road is still blocked.
We've lost a lot of business. I was able to pivot, get a lot of my stuff out, but I don't have access to $500,000 worth of inventory.
Cox says officials told him to try again tomorrow morning, but he says he and others who work near BioLab can't afford to keep waiting.
If the shelter in place is released, there's no hazardous chemicals there anymore. We need to be able to go to our businesses.
Now, I did reach out to county officials about the roadblocks in the area. We'll keep you updated with what we find out. I also talked with Rockdale County Public Schools. It says it will return to in-person learning on Monday. Reporting live in Rockdale County, Molly Oak, 11 Live News.
Some really key updates tonight, Molly. Thank you so much. Concerns about possible chemical exposure in Rockdale County have been ongoing now for weeks. Here's a look at what's happened since all of this started. On September 29th, Rockdale County Fire Rescue responded to a fire at the BioLab facility. On October 1st, Rockdale County issued a shelter-in-place recommendation from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. On the 3rd, Rockdale County Public Schools announced it would shift to virtual learning. Then on October 7th, the county lifted that shelter-in-place recommendation except for the areas within a 2-mile radius around BioLab. We've been covering every single update for you right here. And on 11 Alive Plus, you can stream today's full news conference from officials. It's free to watch on your streaming device.